Jocko, in war, the enemy is clear, but in life, in business, not so easy to identify. Any tips?
Well, first of all, that is not a true statement. And in war, the enemy is not always clear. Not at all. The enemy can be hard to identify. Very hard to identify. The enemy is going to use camouflage to conceal themselves. They're going to use deception to distract your attention. They're going to blend in with the friendly civilian and populace, and they're going to take advantage of your benevolence, right? In fact, the enemy is going to do absolutely everything in its power to obscure their position, to hide their purpose, to even mask their identity. So it is not easy to identify the enemy in combat, in war. So what you have to do is you have to control what you can control. Right? You got to be prepared. You've got to train. You've got to study. You've got to rehearse. You've got to remain vigilant. You've got to maintain discipline in everything you do so that when the enemy does reveal itself, you have the ability to outthink it, to outmaneuver, to outfight the enemy. And it's actually the same thing in business. Right? The enemy can be hard to identify. Your competitors aren't broadcasting their next move. You don't know what the market's going to do. You can't be certain about the next trend or the next downturn or the next bubble that's going to burst. You can't know those things. So you have to do the same thing. You have to control what you can control, which is you. You got to gather intelligence. You got to analyze the metrics that you can track. You got to train yourself and your team to be prepared for both the known and also be prepared for the unknown. Figure out what the likely contingencies are and have some plans to execute if those contingencies occur. Maintain discipline as an organization so that you have the flexibility and the responsiveness to maneuver effectively and efficiently when the unpredictable actually happens. So instead of suffering and falling apart in the chaos, you can take advantage of it and win. And that's business, and life is the same. The enemy is not always clear in life. It can be hard to tell who's going to try and bring you down or what is going to bring you down. There's distractions. There are things out there that will do you harm that are so camouflaged you can't see them at all. There are deceitful people. There are accidents that can occur and diseases that take root, and there's bad luck, and there's Murphy's Law, and there's times when it seems that the whole world is against you. The whole world is the enemy. And the same rules apply. Control what you can control. You train hard, learn, maintain the unmitigated daily discipline in all things. Train hard physically and mentally. Push yourself so hard that you become accustomed to the stress. You get used to it. Every day, make yourself stronger and faster and smarter and better so that when the enemy does finally climb out of the shadows and expose himself to you, you are ready. You are waiting. And you can relish in the opportunity to attack and fight and utterly decimate and destroy him. And I think that's all I've got for tonight. So, Echo, maybe you could help us figure out how we can support ourselves and perhaps be better prepared for the enemy of whichever kind and whenever it exposes itself, so that we can smash it. And if you want to do that, you can also do that while simultaneously supporting this podcast.
If they want to, of course.
Or we could just have a bunch of advertisers on here. You could listen to us talk about stuff that...
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, either way. Hey, that's what I'm here to do. One of the things I was talking to... actually, that's true, that where... You know how... You know, you say that a lot, and it's easy, especially me.
What do I say a lot?
Like, be ready, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm, you know.
Yeah. Prepare. Be stronger, faster, smarter.
And you don't like a lot of things after a while. You hear it like enough. A lot of times. Sometimes it clicks, but then every once in a while it'll like
leave a mark.
No, the opposite. Sorry. The opposite, like, okay, you know.
Yeah,
okay.
I
get it.
I
get it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Next kind of thing.
Yeah.
And these things, like, when you really think about that one, like, there's this saying, I don't know, I'm sure it's not new. When I heard it was like, chance favors the prepared man. Is that the correct
Fortune
one?
favors the brave. Wait, what are you looking for?
That quote.
It's
like basically chance favors, the one that I heard was chance favors the prepared man.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So it's all
There's
the same
some
thing.
variations of that one. I went straight to the fortune favors the bold or brave.
Yeah. Was the prepared, right?
Yeah.
So if you're prepared,
yep.
you know, you're gonna seem to have more luck,
exactly.
You know, with victory and all this other stuff, right? So it's like, you know, in any circumstance, like if you take working out is like the easy one, because like if you're in shape, or if you're strong, or if you're not weak, or if you're not incapable, you know, like you don't work out so your back's out or something like that, or compare it with being strong. Being strong is always more beneficial in pretty much every single situation than being weak. Yes.
True.
Or being in shape, or you know, being healthy.
Mm-hmm. Being smarter. Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, you hesitate. It's always good to be strong, but occasionally it's good to be dumber.
No, I'm not saying it's not one of the. It's one of those things where the result of working out and being strong is always going to add a tangible benefit to pretty much everything you do in life.
And you don't believe that about being smarter.
I'm not saying that. I'm not just going to jump into yes, that's true too, because I didn't think about it. I thought about this.
Well,
but
it's
I'm
a
not
smart move of yours.
See, there you go. Well, nonetheless, but I think that's one of those things where you kind of, it's my opinion that what you just said there should be taken to heart. 100%.
Concur.
Yeah. Not just some cool thing like, let's face it, that sounded good. That sounded cool. But
I don't listen to it because I'm saying it.
Yeah, I thought it sounded dope.
Oh, okay.
But it's absolutely true. And, you know, and there's little micro struggles, you know, in life. Let's face it.
I know you have some micro struggles.
A lot of micro struggles.
They're way micro.
All my struggles are micro. Seemingly. But guess what? No problem, you know.
No factor.
I was filling up jugs, and I used this example before.
Again?
I'm going to do it again. You know why? Because every time I fill up jugs, I think about this.
The struggle is real.
Water jugs. They're like, what, 40 pounds, right? I think like
7 pounds. How many gallons are they?
8 pounds per gallon, right?
7.
Yeah. Okay. So they're 5 gallons each.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's, you know, but no problem, you know.
No factor.
I can do it. No, I don't need a cart to carry them, you know, kind of thing.
How many do you carry? Just one in each arm?
No, yeah, one in each hand. See what I'm saying? They'll see how you're like, that's nothing, right?
Yeah,
that's nothing.
I am like
but
that.
for a lot of people who don't work out or nothing like that, that's not nothing. It's something.
All right.